Well, hello everyone, and welcome to another edition of Talking Bullion. Well, today I'm going to discuss a pretty interesting topic. I had a friend ask me about investing in PMs and what they should get, and I spent some time talking with her, going through all the stuff with the stacker mentality, my basic strategy for how I stack, and she doesn't have to stack the same way, that's fine, but just wanted to give her my thoughts on it. And I was reminded of a video I did about 4 years ago. And I tell you, listening to this video is kind of painful. It was an interesting one I did on if I had $1,000, what would I buy? So if we look over on YouTube, this is a video I'm referring to. Video response to Silver Fortune, $1,000 to spend on silver. Silver Fortune, I used to follow quite a bit. I don't know if he's still out there or not. He hasn't been popping up in my feed for at least a couple years. But he had put out a video that I wanted to respond to. And again, this was, you can see here, 4 years ago. And I started doing a series called Eye on Bullion, and it was episode number 2 of that. I didn't keep going with that because you can see only 217 views I got on it. So I kind of stopped doing that and just did my usual Talking Bullion videos. But out of this video came some recommendations on my strategies for how I stack. So let me go back to the main screen here, and I'll play a little clip out of this video. I pulled this directly from this video. And look at what my recommendations were. And also, more importantly, how much this stuff was 4 years ago. So why don't we go ahead and take a look at just a few seconds of this video. So let's do our math then. So we'll go with $340 for these, plus $294 for those, plus I did $101 on the dimes. And I'm going to go with $135 on each of these. I think they're actually a little bit cheaper. I looked on JM Bullion. I think they're $134 and some change. Let's do $135. So totaling all this stuff up, we get $1,005. You're going to have to kick in an extra $5. But isn't that great? What a great way to start your collection. I would just be thrilled to have this, to have $1,000. If I had $1,000 right now, I'd go out and I'd buy this again. All right, so you can see that was some pretty inexpensive silver and gold back 4 years ago. All right, so let's go back to these items in the video. I'll show them here. All right, and for certain reasons, I do not have any of my silver available to me. Otherwise, I would, have these out on my desk and go through them. But unfortunately, they're not available right now. But we can use this picture to kind of go ahead and see what we would do today. So I'll probably title this video, what would I buy if I had $2,000 today? Because we're going to find that this stuff is quite a bit more money now. So why don't we go ahead and take a look at what they're going for now and how my recommendations might change a little bit maybe. All right, so let's go back to the internet, and I'm on Monument Metals website, and I only picked Monument because they usually have some pretty good pricing now. I buy from other sites, Bold, and there's plenty of them. I don't have to name them all off, right? But just to be consistent, let's stay on the one website, and we can see here what the current spot prices are according to Monument. At this time, gold went up quite a bit this week. Silver's up, obviously over $1. Still lower than it was a few months ago, I think. So if we go back to our video and our slide here, we can see the first thing was a tube of silver eagles. All right. So let's go back to the internet. Let's look under silver, American Silver Eagles. And we'll do 2023 because I think right now those are probably the cheapest. And let's show them as a tube. Let's go here. And we can look and see that. That's a monster box. It says they're out of stock. So we're not going to get a price that way. So let's go back and just multiply this times 20. So I'll go to my calculator. 20 of them is 33.27. 33.27 times 20 is $665.40. All right. And if we remember, those were $340 4 years ago. So quite a difference. All right. So there we go. We got our first one. Go back to our main page. Now we want to look at a tube of buffalo rounds. All right. That was my second recommendation. So my recommendation was government silver, silver rounds, constitutional silver, and a little bit of gold. All right. So let's go back. Go to silver. We want silver rounds. And let's go to 1 ounce silver rounds. Let's see if we can pick a buffalo. Here's a buffalo right there. And we can see here that 20 of them would be 26.53. 26.53 times 20. So $530.60. And before they were $294. Quite a difference. All right. So going back, so now we've looked at the eagles, we've looked at the silver rounds, and how about that all-important constitutional silver? Anybody who's been following my channel, especially from a few years ago, knows how much I love constitutional silver. All right. So let's go back to silver, 90%. Tubes and rolls, that was 100 of them. That was 2 tubes that we looked at. They happen to be on sale right now. $10 face would be how much 2 rolls of dimes are worth. So right here we can see 21.2 times. So we're looking at 2, 12, 13 for $10 face. And it could be either dimes or quarters. Looks like they've got them for the same price. If you specifically want dimes, we'd get more like, you'd need 2 of these. So you get about 216, 217, 218 for $10 face. So it'd cost you a couple more dollars if you requested just dimes. All right, so now we have the eagles, the rounds, and the dimes. So let's look at the gold. Now here I have the Canadian Maple Leaf and I have a Prospector's Gold. Both are 24 karat gold, beautiful pieces of gold. I'd probably recommend a Gold Eagle right now, just my American Gold Eagle, just my preference. But for comparison's sake, let's look at the Canadian Maple Leaf. That will be a little bit cheaper than American Gold Eagle. All right, so let's go over to gold. Let's go to Canadian Gold Maple Leafs. Let's go to 2023. Those are probably the cheapest ones. And we can see that right here, 1 through 19, we'd be looking at 2 of them. And they'd be at 241.08. So we'd have to multiply that by 2. Could probably do that in my head, but let's use a calculator. So for those same 2 that we paid $135 each, we're going to be paying $482.16. All right. So there we go. So now we got all the current prices of today compared to 4 years ago. Pretty dramatic in my humble opinion. Boy, if we only would have known, right? All right, so why don't we go ahead and total this up. So last time, 4 years ago, we paid $1,005 for all this beautiful silver and gold. So if we went out and bought today with spot and premiums where they're at, what would we pay today for it? So let's go ahead and clear my calculator. All right, let's total this up. But before I do that, I did want to make one comment about something. If we go back to the Eagles, So let's go back to American Silver Eagles. Remember, for a tube of them, we were going to pay $665.40. All right. Really, I wouldn't recommend buying the Eagles right now because of the price, because of the premiums. The premiums are really, really high on these things. So for 20 of them, 33. I mean, quick math, about $11 over spot for an Eagle. That's just still too much money. So it's $665.40. I think I would recommend going with the Canadian Maple Leafs. So where's Canadian? Canadian Silver Maple Leaf. So if we take a look at these, and we come down, now you can pre-order them. And a tube, one tube is $688.25, okay? $688.25, but understand that a tube of Maple Leafs, as it says right here, there's 25 of them in there. A tube of Eagles, there's 20, all right? So the tube of Maple Leafs have always had 5 more ounces in them than the Eagles. So let's do that math. All right, so the tube of Maple Leafs, what was it, 688, 25, all right? And if we minus the tube of Eagles, 665.40, the difference is $22.85. So for about $23 more, you can have 5 ounces extra of silver. And not only silver, government issued silver. So I really think this is the way to go, to buy the tube of Maples and not the tube of Eagles. I mean, everybody loves the American Silver Eagle, but they're just too darn expensive right now. So for $23, you get 5 more ounces. 5 ounces for $23 essentially, right? Compared to the Eagles. So if we take, how much are these? So if we do 688.25, oops, 688.25, and we divide by 25. So these are $27.53 a piece instead of $33 and some change. So you can see this is the much better deal. So based on today's recommendations, I would definitely buy the tube of Maple Leafs before I bought the tube of Eagles. Alright, so let's total all this up. Let's see where we're at today. And you know what? I'm going to use the Maple Leafs instead of the Eagles because I just think that's the better deal. So let's go with, we're going to do it the Maple Leafs first. 688.25 plus the Buffaloes, which are 530.60, plus the Dimes, the 90%, which is 212.13, plus the 2 gold 10th ounce Canadian Maple Leafs. The two together were 482.16, I believe. I can read my own handwriting. So that equals $1,913.14. So let's call it $19.13. And I'm sure if you ordered this off from one place, you'd get free shipping. So in a few short years, just 4 years, this investment in precious metals has doubled. Now, most of us don't buy it as a quote investment. We buy it to hang on to and protect our wealth. But it's nice to see that it has gone up, and it's gone up very nice. It's unfortunate that we didn't buy more 4 years ago, right? I remember buying those Eagles for $340 and not being happy about it. I remember thinking, man, this is so much money to pay for these things. But as you can see, in hindsight, it was a really good deal. And I did end up buying a lot of Eagles back then. I don't remember how many tubes, but we bought many tubes back then. And so our quantity of Eagles that we have today were bought at, some pretty good prices. A lot of people say, well, you should sell and double your money and then just buy again when they go low again. There's no guarantee they're going to go low again. It's likely they will because everything goes up and down, but I don't want to take that chance. I'm happy just keeping them in my stack at what I paid for them. I thought this would be an interesting video to show what the difference is between now and then. Reminds me of the old Price is Right game, right? Now and then, where you have to guess how much a product was today and then what it was 10 years ago. Be a good game to play with PMs, wouldn't it? One of these live streams. Play a now and then game. There's an idea for somebody, right? Alright. So what do you think? Why don't you give me some comments below. I hope you found this video interesting. And always remember, let's keep talking bullion.